Hey, I'm Carl Hood with Analog Way, and welcome to my office hours. So let's talk about the audio functionality in the Aquilon. This is a super nifty feature, but don't worry, this will not put audio in your scope, and this definitely won't allow you to mess anything up in the audio system at large. Let's dive into WebRCS. So if I want to go to the audio page in WebRCS, I'm going to find the menu on the left, go all the way down to audio, and click. This is the audio page. Now, when it comes to audio, the Aquilon is effectively just one big matrix router. There's really not a whole lot else you can do, and honestly, that's a good thing, because there's really not a whole lot else you would want to do. Let the audio engineers handle the rest of all the audio stuff. This is just going to allow you to decide how audio will be passing through the Aquilon. So let's take a look at two common use cases of using audio with the Aquilon. If I scroll down here on the left for all my receiver channels, I'll notice that I do have actually a little bit of audio coming in on inputs 9, 10, 11, and 12. Because it's just channels 1 and 2, I can deduce that this is probably stereo audio coming in from these playback signals, and that's what they are. Now, the first thing we're going to do here, and one of the most common use cases for audio routing, is I'm going to take my channels for, let's say, input 9, and I'm going to embed them onto Dante channels so that the audio engineer can then go into their Dante controller interface, pull whatever they need off the Aquilon and use it in the mix or for whatever. If I'm going to do this, let's start by hiding every one of my transmitter channels except for Dante. So now I have just the Dante on the right, and I can see what I need to work with, and let's pretend that channel 25 and 26 is where I'm going to put my signals from input 9. Now if I try to drag input 9 over, you'll notice that not only do I get input 9, channel 1, and channel 2, but I also got channels 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I got all of them. I got the whole signal routed to all 8 channels of this Dante segment here of channels 25 through 32. Now maybe I don't want that, because maybe what I really would like to do is have this be input 9 channel 1, input 9 channel 2, and then this would be input 10 channel 1, 10 channel 2, 11, and then 12, right? If I want to route channel by channel, what I'm going to do is click on Advanced Mode up here at the top right. Now you'll notice I can click and drag specific channels. So let's go ahead and do this. So now I've got all my stereo routing from those 4 playback inputs, one at a time here going to Dante channels 25 through 32. And I'm not done yet, because what I can actually do is label these. So I could say this is playback 1 left, I could say this is playback 1 right, and then I could keep going. And so these channel labels are actually going to show up in Dante controller. So when I tell my audio engineer, hey, I've de-embedded audio for my inputs, put them on Dante, and I've labeled them, they will be able to just pop open Dante controller, see what I've labeled, and then pick and choose what they need for their own purposes. Now let's look at the opposite case. Let's say that I have audio coming in on Dante, maybe it's the house mix or something, and I want to put this on like a record, or a green room, or maybe even my own multi-viewer, or something. Who knows? Up to you, right? Now let's flip the interface over so that we only see Dante over here, and we only see outputs and multi-viewers over here. I don't have Dante coming in, so we're going to pretend that channels 1 and 2 on the Aquilon, these are the house mix, right? Let's just pretend here. So let's say that for the purpose of this example, I do actually want to route channels 1 and 2 from Dante. Again, maybe this is the house mix, and I want to actually put them on my multi-viewer, so I can just plug in a couple earbuds and just listen to the house mix on my multi-viewer or whatever. You could do this with records and other screens and other outputs as well, but let's pretend I'm going to do this on my multi-viewer. I'm going to scroll all the way down to my multi-viewer. Here it is. And you can see I don't have any audio channels routed here. So I'm going to take channel 1 from Dante and channel 2 from Dante. And there we go. Now, whatever the audio engineer routes to channels 1 and 2 on the Aquilon's Dante receiver channels will be patched directly onto my multiviewer's stereo channels, in this case channels 1 and 2 on the multiviewer, so I'll be able to hear whatever comes out of the multiviewer's audio outs. So outside of this matrix routing functionality, the Aquilon's not really going to do anything else when it comes to audio. You can't build it into your memories, you can't dynamically switch anything, right? You can't have like the Aquilon follow the audio of a specific layer as it's switching from one source to the next. The Aquilon is really just intended to be effectively a big matrix router. But as you can see, this can save you a lot of setup time because it can eliminate lots of breakout boxes, lots of cabling, and lots of like sync and audio issues that you might have when you're trying to navigate audio passing through and around a switcher. So definitely use this, especially if you're using Dante in your setup, and enjoy. Be sure to check out my other office hours videos for more tips and tricks. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.